Well, RBF. Yes, we will talk RBF's hidden systems. And well, if you stay, we will go on a wild tangent too. RBF and chances of 2 people being on your team many matches in a row and 2 other but same names on the opposing side. Ready to have your mind blown because you know you have seen it. And how when you're stuck in a bad team comp or a team of new players, match after match, it's not chance, it's scripted by PA. Remember, you can play RBF and see this for yourself. Sure, I pay more attention to names than most, so maybe you have missed it. Start looking. Eh? Caveat, this rare occurrence is perfectly acceptable as a one-off, but twice in a week, or a day, and many times a year. Then it's not chance, it's choice, and I would say it's a poor choice of a mechanic by PA. Well, so here is the first example. We will do 2 examples using the same model. One for 3 matches in a row, you've all seen that, and one for 5, I bet some of you have seen that too. The model. In a match of 20 versus 20, where I am one person on one side, ME. 2 players, AB, are on the opposing side for 3 matches in a row. 2 other players, CD, are on the same side as me for 3 matches in a row. The 2 players, AB, on the opposing side are the same 2 people for 3 matches in a row. The 2 other players, CD, with me, ME, are the same players for 3 matches in a row. What is the probability of this happening? Well, it's approximately 1 in 3,505. If the maths is correct, you can check it if you want. Oof, and that's as a one-off. I also wonder if there are more gaming systems at play, but this is the only one that you can easily check yourself. I have a hunch there are dynamics in match balancing systems we are not told about. You know, when that teleport was going smoothly and then starts to linger for 5 to 7 seconds. Sus. Have worked on simulating this, but it's harder to do now. You can't change gear mid-match, but when you could take off gear. It seemed to trigger the pause, like a recalculation before putting you back in the match, meaning calculations are not done on entry, but dynamically during the match. What if buffs from food to skills are all calculated dynamically? Oof, that would be a mess. What if the calculations take into account a player's performance? Why am I worried? Because I don't think the devs have any idea how poor their system is. It would look good on paper, but in reality, people aren't simulations, they are not perfect math. Reality does not work like code, but the devs know shit about real living people, and the directors only care about your wallet, so reality is never passed on to the devs unless it need to be. We know PA track damage done and taken, deaths and kills, probably heals, CCs as well, maybe wins and losses. And to make the game more fun, they try to balance around such statistic, be it either matchmaking or in-game dynamic adjustments. PA can just say it's not true, or not even close, but if you do, you best hope you are telling the truth because these things always come out in the end. Well, I know, if I want them to listen, maybe I should be nice to PA. Ha, do one, will ya? PA don't listen to niceties, they respond to embarrassment only. Spam anyone. Nah, PA have a track record, and being nice gets you nowhere. And, well, PA got rid of the only staff that were a backdoor to devs, didn't ya? Now you want me to go through the EUNA community management team and feedback forums. They are a joke, where you have a list of player feedback, and when PA decide they are going to do something, they scour the forums for a matching suggestion in retrospect and pretend they listened. Yeah, PA, we know. Nah, the forums and community managers are about managing you, the player, not helping you. But I, Voo, am a paying customer and will not be treated like I should be grateful for fake platitudes. I'm old and grumpy, and I've been around long enough to know how things are done. Remember that one heartfelt example, the Owlglasses for Ninja, Pepperidge Farm Voo remembers. The one time they may have listened because it was an oversight, no reason for Ninja not to have the glasses. A missing sales opportunity. Jay told us how one player would spam GMs in-game all day pleading for the glasses. Not the forums, eh? Oops, let that one slip, didn't ya? And, the clowns. That was a funny one, how that got addressed. Glasses and clowns, but the massive thread on real issues. Nothing. Yeah, it's a joke. Sure, sometimes things do get through, if they are in PA's favour. Just think of the horse training. Spamming that spacebar, tough on the oldies, right? Well, if it was server-side so it could not be hacked, that's tough on traffic calls too. For something that doesn't need to be. So it would have been in PA's favour to reduce calls and then ship the change back to you as a gift. Hey, not angry. That's how good marketing works. Just be wise to the dynamic. They aren't interested unless it's something they were planning to do or it's something that benefits them, and then they can place the responsibility for the change onto the player. It's not sinister, it's good business. What is sinister is community managers making you think a big company listened to what you have to say, haha, and the community manager looks you in the face via the screen, as they are paid to tell you sweet mistruths and bending of facts. They are actors, and the best actors become the frontmen of the community. But hey, some of you call them friends, strange friends you keep. Well, so them systems, PA, need systems to help make the game more fun. This is a given, so it's not wild to point out that there seems to be one. Just, is their system any better than pure RNG? I would say not. It's a simulated loss and victory, dopamine system, that feels very fake when you understand what's happening. They have taken away a lot of your player agency. You on average win or lose when the code says so, and you can only sway the outcome a small margin, depending on your gear and skill. After all, if you keep winning, you make too much cash, and if you keep losing, you get upset. So PA want a balance. Notice the pattern, 3 to 5 matches where you're kicking off unstoppable. And, 3 to 5, you feel like your gear broke. Caveat, this will only be noticed by players that play RBF for 3+ hours in a row, and many times a week. This will go unseen by a casual player. Oh yeah, that second example, 5 matches in a row. Some of you may have seen that. The odds? Ready. You sure? Approximately 1 in 808,563 as a one-off incident. That's nearly 1 in a million. Think of them rare 1 in a million drops you get. They do happen, but as often as we see it here. No, and we are only talking from one player point of view. Odds exponentially increase if we start talking about other players seeing the same thing in isolated datasets. For example, matches where you are not involved and all agents are new. Testing why this is and results aren't clear enough yet for me to conclude, but it feels like there is something going on. And yeah, you need to play RBF a lot to notice these things, a random few matches a day or week. All gonna seem legit, so I asked the hardcore RBFers to keep an eye on things, see if this is what is happening. I have been paying attention to this issue for years now, before saying anything here. Yes, years of checking. So don't snub my findings with your 2 or 3 casual games a week. I'm the expert here, not you, and I have first-hand record of my findings.